What spirit might jump in your mind on doing something. That's right.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone at Ruel. Much peace and blessings to all you saints of Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, with charity. Alright, this is going to be another lesson, Lord willing, to edifying to the elect. This is going to be inspired on this lesson that I'm currently watching right now, featuring a couple elders from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church. Alright, you got the elder Barazal and the other elder, I believe his name is Abba Ibad. Forgive me, brother, if I'm saying your name wrong. But the channel's on GMS Turn Back to the Lord, which is one of these elders' channel. I forget right now. But it's live, and at one point they were going into how, we're really at the home stretch. We're really at the end of this thing, so we should be going harder with this truth. Okay, and that made me think about how, which we already know, but the Spirit hopped on me. Let me just mention it again. Speak on it again, put that vibration out there that Jacob's trouble is going to be very quick. Jacob's trouble is not going to last long at all. Alright? You got these so-called Christians believing in a 7-year tribulation, right? In a rapture. Prior to that, well, I think they believe halfway through he's gonna come back, some shit like that. These Christians believe. And the other 3.5 years is gonna get really bad, which we know that's BS. That's total BS. Rapture is BS. A 7-year tribulation, that's BS. Okay. Jacob's trouble is not gonna last 7 years. It can't. Okay, because the scriptures say that this is gonna be the worst times ever. Like ever. Okay? And you go through some of the most devastating events in history, like World War I, World War II, certain different things, which this war that's coming, we know World War III is coming. They're going to use nukes, right? Which that makes me think of the scripture, forget where the Lord says he's going to make a speedy riddance, which I believe that is in the book of Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Zephaniah, right. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. So money is gonna be made meaningless very soon. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. And that land is talking about America. This is all the land of the United States of America. It's going to be totally devoured by the thermonuclear missiles at the cusp of World War III, right? And it goes on to say, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And what's going to do that? Those missiles. And the scripture says it's going to take an hour. Babylon's going to be destroyed in an hour. Okay? And World War III is going to escalate very quickly. It's going to go from being a conventional war to nuclear war very, very fast. And once those missiles are shot off, that's it. It's game over. So it's not going to take 7 years to get to that point. All right. From the time they collapse this society and all hell breaks loose to the time of those missiles flying, it can't be that long, because the scriptures say it's going to be a time worse than all. Yahweh Shai said what? And this is the point of this lesson, is to encourage Akim to know that we will be tested, we will be put into certain situations, but It's not like we're gonna be having to endure for years. It may be a couple months. It could be less than that. Could be 3-4 months, could be less than that. Could be 6 months, could be less than that. But it's not gonna be years. Okay? You had scores of millions died in World War I and World War II. And those was only a few years. I forget the exact numbers, but I believe World War II lasted 4 or 5 years, if that. And you had scores of millions of people died. And with this great war that's coming, they're gonna take it up several notches. Okay, and that's why we see this Iran and Israel thing dying down, because they didn't really hit no key strikes with Iran. Israel could have took out their nuclear capability processing plants. Iran could have did the same to Israel, but they didn't do that. Why? Because the Lord is operating this thing, and it's going to happen in the Lord's time. Okay, and when it happens, that's it. It's going to escalate very quickly. All nations going to get involved, right? And it's going to go from 0 to 100 real quick. So, from the point of the economic collapse, from the point of whatever black swan event that's going to set off the next series of catastrophes that's going to ultimately bring America to its knees, leading up to the nuclear destruction, is going to boom, boom, boom. Not to mention the scriptures that speak on this place going out like a woman in travail, right? I can't think of all the scriptures right now. Of course, this is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So for the elect's sake, the Lord is going to speed up the time. Why? So that we won't be left here suffering. So that we can inherit the kingdom. Romans 13 and 11. And your salvation is nearer than when ye believed. Okay, so but the thing is, we have to be ready. That's another thing them elders was going into. The Lord could have came back 2020. Shit, I don't think I would have made it. Just being honest. Every day is more time to get right, and we have to be ready when that day comes. We want that day to come tomorrow, today, but we have to make sure we're ready, because there's going to be so much jam-packed in such a short amount of time. Okay, the worst times of all can't be that long, or else everybody would die. Then there would be nobody left to be saved. There would be nobody getting beamed up, right? Which even we know that those that die in Yahushua are going to be raised up first, but the Lord has it set for when He comes. You're going to have a lot of members of the elect being beamed up from the earth. The scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So it has to be dramatic. It has to be men, women, and children on the earth going through hell, being delivered, right, through different obstacles and situations, and ultimately being delivered via the chariots. As the missiles are coming down, the Lord wanted to do it in a very dramatic fashion. So you have to have people that are of the elect that are left on the earth, right? Lord, want to end off with the scripture I just quoted, if I could find it. Give me a second. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, or Sirach, chapter 30, 36, and verse. Sirach 36 and 7. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. And that's what the Lord is going to do in Jacob's trouble. He's going to take out all the enemies of himself, all his enemies, and the enemies of the elect. Okay, we have common enemies. Right? Did not King David say, they that hate the Lord, he hate them with a perfect hatred? I count them mine enemies. Right? Verse 8. Sake the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works. Okay? Sake the time short, meaning make the time short. That's what the Lord is going to do. In this time of all hell and chaos breaking loose. So we shouldn't have a mindset of going into this thing like, man, I'm going to have to stock up, a year's worth of food. You shouldn't have a spirit of being a prepper anyway, because we trust in the Lord. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, the Lord can have you taken to the other side of the country, right? So we actually really leaning on the Lord when these are going to really lean on the Lord when these things happen. Isaiah 10. Okay. The remnant now shall not stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Holy One in truth. So that's the mindset we should have going into this thing. It's gonna be rough, but it's gonna be quick. It's not gonna last forever. Okay, and that's comfort. Okay, that's the comfort that we have. So that's just something I wanted to speak on. Lord willing, it was edifying with that. I'm going to say, call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, into the next one. Shalom.